I don't know if it like is yours going still? Because mine kind of just like froze.
It looks like the stream is frozen right now.
Yeah, I noticed. Okay, mine's back. It says it's unstable for some reason, but so we're not handing anything out this year. This is our first Halloween here, so I don't know like what the circumstances are when it comes to how many trick or treaters are going to be down the street or not. So we will be out there pounding the streets. So no candy at the.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you got to make a choice. You either pass out the candy or you go out as a family and take the candy.
Saying that there
Yeah.
was an ad. I think it we just dropped. But we're good. We're back. It says
Okay.
but
Yeah, but I like my candy. I
that's
like my
awesome.
candy.
I'm happy. You like literally could probably do a whole episode on candy.
Slime slurpers. Remember those?
I'd have to see the package.
Well, that's the whole thing. Wait till you see the package. Your mind, this is right up your alley.
Yeah. You remember like they're like on like sheets, or not sheets, but like they're little like jelly like in character forms, and they would come like on a long strip.
Slime slurpers. That's exactly what I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah. They they had
They were
Dungeons.
like bugs.
Yeah, they had Dungeons and Dragons ones.
Did they really?
Yeah, I remember. I got a few of those that had different Dungeons and Dragons monster flavors. Yeah, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they had that cool packaging that Ice Cream Man used to have.
Yeah, totally.
Are we still broadcasting?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Turns out if you pass out apples, you only need 3 for an entire night. Yeah, exactly.
You give me an apple, it's going to end up right back at your door or through one of your windows. Don't give
Yeah,
me that.
we had my parents had a big rule. Once you hit 6th grade was your last year trick or treating. You're done after that. So
Yeah.
I mean I'm gonna stick with that too. But then I had to start handing out candy, and then my mom one year got Tootsie Rolls. And I was like, oh my god, you're gonna get us egged. Nobody wants
Chocolate or fruit?
Chocolate. But you don't hand out Tootsie Rolls. That's
I
just
like the fruit ones though.
Yeah.
I don't mind the fruit ones. They've grown on me. So like Butterfingers have grown on me, Chunkies have grown on me. And the fruit, I really like the fruit.
So interesting you bring that up. I went somewhere looking for wax teeth. I went on a wax teeth hunt because I couldn't find them. They don't sell them anywhere. I had to buy them in bulk on Amazon. But I went everywhere. So I don't remember where I was, but I found Kool-Aid flavored of those Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I brought those back. They're pretty good.
Punishment says candy and caramel apples were acceptable. They are to a point. They always frustrated me because they're so hard to eat. They're delicious.
Impossible to eat.
But I'm always like, especially at this age now, I'm afraid I'm going to rip out one of my teeth.
Yeah.
And I'll be walking around like Cletus.
I don't think
they're delicious.
Well,
Did you get one like from a carnival and the caramel is still a little bit soft?
Yeah.
Like you can't eat them right out of the fridge. You're going to lose your whole mouth.
Or candy apple. When was the last time you had a candy apple?
Not in a long time because it's hard. But once if you get a nice bite of a candy apple, there's nothing like it. That's what they should do. You know what they should do? They should have a pre-sliced.
They do caramel like that. You can get pre-sliced apples and dip it in caramel.
Oh, everybody's telling me I think you're supposed to cut them up first. I got this like a knucklehead, the stick.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Joey.
Stuck the incisors all day long.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Don't worry.
Yeah, if it's on a stick, I assume that you got to eat it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's on a stick, it's on a stick for a reason.
Yep.
Hence, to eat it.
Can I do my number 2?
I think you did, didn't you? Oh no, you didn't. So, what about bobbing for apples, real quick? You ever bob for apples?
I did, but now I realize how gross that is.
It's absolutely disgusting thinking about it. I've done it twice. I went to a birthday party that was on Halloween, and we bobbed for apples, and then at the church one year we bobbed for apples.
You know what's fun? The donuts on the string. I like that one.
That's
a good one. You never did that? You put the donut on a string. You put your arms on your back, and whoever eats the donut first, you get different.
Yeah.
Each gets a donut. You're not eating the same donut. But whoever eats the donut first.
Sure.
I was at a party as a kid bobbing for apples.
You know what this reminds me of? Oh, go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, I just remember seeing it, and it was the weirdest thing ever. I tried it. It's extremely frustrating, and you could die.
Yeah, absolutely. It reminds me of the Tim Burton Sleepy Hollow movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like that
yeah,
didn't make the list because I believe witches took the spot or something, but it almost
yeah.
made the honorable mentions because of how of the atmosphere and ambiance to the Sleepy Hollow movie is very
Those
Halloween.
teeth, those teeth, Walken's teeth in that are
Oh
awesome.
yeah, phenomenal. All right, what's your number two?
WNUF Halloween special.
That's that one that everybody talks about.
I don't know. I'm talking about it.
All right,
It
let's.
is. Have you not seen this, Bry?
See, I have to look it up.
Oh my God, found footage. So it's like a 1980s, a fake 1980s broadcast.
That's a.
The commercials. I can't believe you haven't seen this. I got to log off. You can watch it for free if you look it up. WNUF Halloween special. You can watch it on the Internet Archive. I watched it again today in between just getting home from school and the show. WNUF Halloween special.
I got it.
It was made for $1,500, and
Yeah,
it is beautiful.
20.
If you're a Fairhaven fan, like I watched it once a long time ago, and it stuck with me for a long time. And in the recesses of my mind, it must have had a huge effect on me because in watching it again, I'm like, this is a lot like WHPA, but it is a fake news broadcast from a town, local news broadcast. It's interspersed with fake 80s commercials. It is a wonderful mix of funny. It's just on the I don't like silly. It's on the borderline of silly. It's just corny enough that it's not silly. They're still funny, but the commercials, they don't it's not like a spoof because the commercials look like real 80s commercials. From send away for VHS tapes, a monthly subscription to nature videos
Yeah,
to a carpet salesman. But it's not like over the top. It's like they sat like we do, watched 80s movies and emulated them. And they're talking about everything that's going on in the town for Halloween. And then remember, like in the 80s and the 90s, there was news specials.
yeah,
Like when
yeah, yeah.
Geraldo broke into Al Capone's vault and all that. There's a murder house in town, and one of the news guys and a bunch of paranormal investigators go to explore the horror house. It's lighthearted. It's still scary. There's some real scary parts, but I really respect how they really stuck to the framework of 80s broadcast without making it like VHS 89 and 99 and one of those knucklehead movies. The WNUF, quick, fun, awesome film that captures the essence of what we experienced as a kid on TV with a supernatural tone to it. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I definitely checked it out. I'm definitely gonna
You'll
watch
love
it.
it.
Oh yeah,
Anybody's watching this show, if you're watching the show, do yourself a favor, watch it before bed. It's a fun movie. Very well done. It's analog to the max.
Great Bait
Yeah.
says got to give Elvira a plug. Can't have Halloween without Elvira host a movie marathon, and she still looks killer. That is true. Elvira, Mistress of the Night. What a great movie too. You ever watch the actual movie?
Yes, I did. I
Yeah.
worked for the director.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you talked about that.
Yep. The
Yeah.
hot dog, the mustard. Oh man, I mean, I can't say enough things about Elvira. I'm gonna blush. She just does it for me, man. She's my number two. My wife is my number one, and then there's Elvira.
Excellent.
Nothing like her. Nothing like her in the world.
Yeah. Um. So what? Obviously, well, I already know how you feel. What about Rhonda Shear and USA's Up All Night?
Wonderful. Apples and oranges, though. Apples and oranges.
Yeah.
USA was their thing, and I liked Rhonda Shear and Gilbert and all the. That was a different thing. Elvira was a phenomenon.
Yeah. No, you're 100%.
Elvira was a phenomenon. Elvira is the monster mash. Elvira is eternal.
Yeah, I mean, Dinosaur Dracula's got all those Elvira cutouts.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
That guy, I didn't realize that he was X Entertainment. Like that's when I first started to go online. Like his blog from like that must have been 2001.
Yeah,
that's
he's been doing this forever.
Stuff. That guy's awesome. He nails it.
Yeah, he's good character for sure.
Elvira is eternal. Elvira is American Halloween.
Yeah, absolutely.
Up there with the Monster Mash.
And Spuds McKenzie.
And Spud, yeah, she is as American as Spuds McKenzie and the Monster Mash.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like it's kind of sad that like oh man, every time I actually this is funny. Every time I go into like these like an old grocery store or like an old
Yeah,
like 7-Eleven, I always look, how they always have like that
always,
the cooler,
absolutely,
the I always look
yes,
and see if I could see like an
absolutely.
Elvira cutout or something like
Yep.
just lost in time.
I'll
But
tell you, beer companies did awesome Halloween promotions,
yeah, yep,
and
they
I
really
wonder
did.
where all those things are sitting now. There's like the beer. What is it? The which one had the wolf? But yeah, they grabbed some great Universal Monster licensing and did some awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Vampira. I mean, she was the building blocks of all of this
I mean,
Punishment 90.
yeah,
Like I'm obviously deep into horror hosts, even though we didn't have many around here. I had to go back in time to find that
yeah.
stuff.
There's a whole
But
Misfit song about her
absolutely, black
called.
dress moves in a blue movie. Yep, yep, wonderful. There's a picture of them with her.
What's your I so what is your favorite? Did you ever decide what your favorite Misfit song was? I know I
Oh,
hit you with it.
you sent one of my favorite texts I've ever received. What is your favorite Misfit song and why is it Hybrid Moments?
Yeah,
That was so well phrased.
because I mean nothing beats
So
hybrid moments.
I won't get I'm on a time limit here, so I mean we can have a whole episode about the Misfits.
Yeah, we
But
could.
let's just say right now, because it changes all the time. And my wife and I have very different Misfits tastes. And I'm talking about Danzig Misfits. I'm not going to get in the argument of this Misfits. I'm talking about right now. When it comes to Halloween, to me, it's Danzig Misfits.
Right.
I have some appreciation for the Graves era stuff. Nothing for the 1950s project or anything like that. But let's just talk about good old fashioned Lodi, New Jersey Misfits. All right.
Yeah, of course.
Today, uh, Teenagers from Mars,
Okay.
Children in Heat.
Yeah.
Then there's like, oh, and then like I guess it counts. Like Spook City, USA, to me is a near perfect song.
Yeah.
That was in the box set. That was like a B side.
Yeah. I got the
Um,
box set.
of course you do. I gotta find that pin. Um, so oh,
I got
man,
the
this
Sam.
is hard.
I got the
Cough
Sam Hain.
cool.
Cough Cool's good. I got the Sam Hain box set as well.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, I love Sam Hain.
I do too. I started to listen to that more lately. I love Danzig's axe. Like it with the guitar was the
Mm-hmm.
axe and it was always unstrung. But man, I don't know. There's so many. Like when I first my first tape from them was Walk Among Us.
Oh, of course,
And
that's
and TV
out.
Casualty's awesome.
TV casualties, hybrid, or
Yeah,
like
Eagles Dare. I mean, all of them.
yeah.
All of them. And then I even got into the Earth Aid, like the
Earth
Earth
AD's
AD
good.
stuff.
Earth AD
Earth
is
Aid
still
is
good.
awesome. Uh,
20
and then
Eyes.
yeah, 20 Eyes. I mean, I guess 20 Eyes was like the first song. Probably that's the first Misfit song I heard, I think.
Really interesting.
Yeah. Probably on the college radio station. But
Wasn't
then I got the tape immediately.
I was surprised it wasn't Last Caress. That seems like that's like the one, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, you gotta
Yeah.
listen. You gotta listen to this song." It's like, okay. I mean, like, it's like not their best, but
That didn't age well. But the tune did, but the content didn't age well. Like,
yeah,
uh
Skulls. Skulls is a good one.
Skulls. I mean, yeah, I mean which one is not a classic? Oh, you know what I don't like? I don't like Devil's Whorehouse really.
Yeah, Devil's Whorehouse isn't good.
That one's kind of like they phoned it in, I thought, on that one. Theme for a Jackal, not like that's not a hot one
No, it
for me.
doesn't.
That doesn't get the blood going.
No,
Uh,
We Are 138 is phenomenal.
of course.
There's a nice
Yeah.
live recording of it with Henry
Yep.
Rollins singing it with him.
Oh yeah. I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Very good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That one. I mean, there's just so many beautiful ones. And to think, man, what a cool thing. Like they were just in this small town of New Jersey, playing at like their dad's shop, skipping school. Like, I read something about Doyle, like got kicked out of his graduation for wearing a pink suit. Like these guys are real freaks. Like
Right.
back then, you do that kind of stuff, especially in Jersey, And Lodi was like a blue collar, factory workers, like Springsteen kind of thing.
Yeah.
And these Italian guys just said, we're going to be horror guys. And Danzig's lyrics are so weird. They're not like, let's just do a song about Frankenstein's monster. Let's do a song about Dracula. They're weird.
Yeah.
Like the omelet of disease awaits your noontime meal. Her mouth of germicide seducing all your glands. What are you talking about?
Yeah. They're like maggots in the iron lung won't
Yeah,
copulate.
yeah, won't
Yeah.
copulate. Glenn, what they do? Who did something very bad to you? Like it's not like, hey, all right, we're gonna celebrate. And this is how you know Glenn's a real weirdo. And this is one of my favorite Misfits lines of all times. I'd wish they put Prince Namer on the tube. All right, like 1970s, he's talking about the submarine. Like I love that. Like of
Yeah.
all the comic book characters, he could have picked. It is perfect. Glenn Namor, the outsider, the anti-hero that wants to that cannot live in peace with humans, always getting in the way. Submarine is one of my favorites, man.
Yeah.
But that's
Except
such a damn thing. Like that, I wish they put Prince Namor on the tube. Hold on, I think I have to puke. There's a place in the corner I always go. I like to feed the flies that I know.
interesting.
Like the only normal song that would like, if you look at the Misfits and you're like, oh, they're like the first horror punk band. The only song that actually really makes sense is like Return of the Fly.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, because
yeah,
it's like a
totally.
tribute to a
Vincent
horror movie. You
Price
know?
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
And
yeah.
well, Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, Stumbling Somnambulance. That's a great opening. Yeah, yeah. Night of the Living Dead. That's probably one up there too.
Yeah, I mean
And
London Dungeon.
London Dungeon, true story.
Yeah,
Right, they got in trouble over there.
yeah.
Oh. What's the one at the end of Walk Among Us? Pregnant mothers in Mexico giving birth to stillborn monster babies, hideously deformed two-headed monsters. Read it all on your magazine. World. Read it all. The monsters. Come on. What is it?
I have to look.
Come on and walk with me. Yeah, and then oh yeah. Great, babe. Get back on track. We still need number one.
I got all my.
Violent World. Violent
Oh,
World. That's
Violent
the weird.
World. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back on track. Still need number one. Yeah, we're gonna do a number one and then another giveaway.
I got a giveaway too.
Okay. What?
I got a giveaway too.
All right, we'll do our number ones and then giveaway. We'll talk about Misfits later. What's your number
You
one?
want my number one?
Yeah, let's hear it.
1990s Horror Hall of Fame. It was a nationally broadcast award show in 1990 celebrating horror past and present. Significant impact. It struck when I was at the height of my Monster Kid fandom. It was right around the time I was going to, I think the next year was when I ended up at the famous Monsters Convention in Washington, D.C. I know I bring it up almost every episode, but it was a very special time for me. But if you haven't seen it, so I guess there's a 1, 2, and 3. They did it for 3 years in a row. I'm only familiar with the inaugural one, hosted by Robert Englund, who is such a versatile dude. Like you really see the cool guy in him here too, like a guy you really want to hang out with. So you got Freddie hosting it, peak Freddie, and you got so this was the lineup. Like just the beginning. If you watch the first 5 minutes, like, and featuring Forrest Ackerman, Linda Blair, Roger Corman, Rick Baker, Monster Maker, Phyllis Diller, the Crypt Keeper, Sam Kinison. Ow! Like 90s amazing, like the who's who. It's probably like at Universal Studios they filmed it.
Oh, guaranteed.
And they pay tribute to the current horror and old horror. Really well done, very respectful. You got Sarah Karloff accepting an award for her father. That whole thing. It's a perfect mix of Universal horror and like the Chucky horror and the Tales from the Crypt horror that was popular at that time. And there's one section of it, and it was awesome. It's like a variety show. They had all sorts of stuff going on. But one of the coolest things was they have Steve Johnson, who was married to Linnea Quigley. And he's a special effects makeup artist, and he shows you how to do monster makeup with stuff you got around at home. And one of the ones that I still emulate to this day is you get a pack of Starburst. You take the red Starburst and you make them into your gums, and then you twist up like the yellow ones, and you make teeth, so you can make fangs out of Starburst, and it looks really cool. Or you could do it with like he tells you how to do it with like pink bubble gum and like peanuts. So you look like you got all goofed up hobo teeth.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing, like a really cool celebration of horror in the 1990s, where Universal monsters were everywhere, like on your Doritos, on your Pepsis, and very, very well done, cool thing. That's my number one. That was a really cool thing. Halloween specials in general, you just don't see those anymore.
You really
Well, nobody
don't.
watches cable. Nobody watches cable anymore. But
Well,
this was
yeah,
cool.
I
This is
mean,
like this is an event. You know, they had a lot of commercials about it leading up to it, and like you're like, oh, this is a real Hollywood event. You know, it was cool. Yeah, loved it. Loved it.
excellent. Yeah, famous monsters of Filmland involved and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Forey Ackerman is telling the stories. And then as the years progressed, I never watched him, but I did a little bit of research on him for this episode. And like, you know, they give an award to the EC Comics.
Right.
You know, they do like a creep show thing, and the commercials in between are all, you know, fresh baked Halloween stuff. Like, you know, the Freddy night, you know, 1-900 Freddy, all that kind of stuff is mixed in there
Phenomenal.
too.
Yeah.
So it's a nice celebration of all things horror. They don't really touch upon the English stuff. I've been really into the Hammer lately, but just it was cool for a kid back then.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
nicely done. Yeah.
Speaking of that, my number one is along those lines when it comes to famous monsters. Even though like the old black and white ones, not really my thing. That's more you. But in the '80s, they made a movie, an updated version of the monster menagerie, if you will, where it took the famous monsters of Filmland fights the Goonies, and they called it Monster Squad. Like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Absolutely, me too.
It's got the Halloween feel to it, even though obviously it doesn't take place on Halloween. But I mean, like you could watch that. You know, it's kid-ish friendly. Even though the Wolfman is like some of the best werewolf prosthetics in the game.
Scary monsters, man.
Oh, Gilman
real scary monsters.
is phenomenal looking. And
They
they
them
all look
up.
great.
Yep, the Dracula's great. Does that start out with the Dracula on the plane, right? In the coffin?
Yes.
That's how he ends up in the swamp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that the monster, Frankenstein monster, is their pal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's phenomenal.
Heartbreaking ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful piece of monster lore that I wish would become canon was when they blow up the Wolfman.
Yeah, and he comes back together.
And he reconnects.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah, because you can only kill him with a silver bullet.
Yep.
And Wolfman has nards.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wolfman has nards. Classic.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, nothing beats it. And you got like and I'm a huge sucker for a weapons making montage.
Yes, absolutely.
And
especially kids making weapons.
Kids making weapons montage, and that one's got it in spades. The guy steals the archery set from and they're like sharpening stakes.
Don't they melt down like something like that to make the bullets and all that too, like tin soldiers or something like that?
Yeah, make the
silverware. They're stealing silverware
to make the bullets. Monster Squad is hands down a classic. I love the Gilman gets blown away by the shotgun. Yeah, that great movie. And then like it was originally supposed to be the Universal monsters, but they could not get the actual rights.
Well, I'll tell you what, they did it. I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah,
because the monsters they made in that are wonderful and underappreciated. Those designs are great.
Yeah, that guy only directed Night of the Creeps, Monster Squad, and RoboCop 3.
Unbelievable. What a lineup. You know, those monster designs are akin to the Max Effects proposed figures.
Oh, I believe
the
it.
Swamp
Absolutely.
Creature and all that. Yeah. Yeah, that was great. That was so awesome. What a great movie.
Yeah.
That reminds me too, as an aside, just kind of as an appendix N to this episode, I'm just going to run off a couple of things too, that as we were talking. One of the best TV shows of all time, Halloween, not Halloween like Halloween, but Halloween adjacent and all this kind of stuff. We're talking about Pete and Pete. We're talking about Monster Squad. What's never spoken about enough, Erie, Indiana.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
I have one of Royale's favorites.
I actually have it on DVD, and I have Erie, Indiana chapter books.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm. I got a couple.
Yeah, you would catch a young Joey Royale in 7th grade with a skeleton key on a leather rope in junior high. I in the field jacket. I had to be like Omri with the field jacket and the skeleton key. That was such an awesome. I mean, listen to that. That was the same time, man. that was the time of Pete and Pete. You had
Yeah,
Pete and Pete, Erie, Indiana. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
yeah. Erie,
Really
Indiana.
cool stuff.
Great intro.
Seasons 1 and 2 were really good. I didn't get into it after that because it got like I think there was like a spinoff where they went into some like dimension or something like that. I don't know, but that was great.
Yeah, fantastic show. I mean, and like if you're a cryptozoologist kid,
Yeah,
it hits those marks too.
Fairhaven,
Obviously,
man,
yeah,
Fairhaven. It's
exactly.
all different local mysteries that are just underneath our noses. The twins that sleep in the Tupperware and never age.
Yeah, Foreverwhere.
Yeah,
I've
foreverwhere. That's right, man.
just wrote. Hold on. In the Spaceball adventure, I do a Foreverwhere
Oh, nice
homage.
job, buddy.
Thank
Nice
you.
job.
That's like my like one, and then the braces that can talk to the dogs.
Yes, that could talk to the dogs. The ATM machine.
Yep.
There was like a robot guy. Punishment. I'm interested in this. Which one of those shows had the Undertaker on it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not
I'm
sure
not
either.
sure about that
That's a
one.
that's a Garrett question.
That is a beef question. Absolutely.
Um. Okay. Yeah. So Appendix N also Rankin and Bass's Mad Monster Party.
Yeah, that's a great one. Listen, you told me I went back and I watched it, and I do appreciate it.
It's not as
Uh,
bad. It's not as bad as I remember
no,
it.
but you know what is as bad as I remembered it? That is Appendix N for like stay away unless you really want to like get real weird. Is the Paul Lynn Halloween special?
I don't.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm a big Paul Lynn fan. He was center square on Hollywood Squares during the '70s, and he was what's his name? He was on Bewitched, very flamboyant. Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
something about a Tarzan swings both ways
Yeah.
on Hollywood Squares. That's like his line. But he had a Halloween special, co-hosted. Like his maid was what's her name, Margaret Hamilton, the Wicked Witch of the West.
Uh
This
huh.
is deep '70s, man. This is like even before I was born,
Yeah.
but I rewatched it, and yeah, and I got into it because I wanted to see Kiss. This was like Kiss at their prime, but it's like the worst jokes. Like, and I love lousy '70s stand-up comics and everything that goes along with it, but the writers must have been really, really like gummed up on this one.
Yeah.
But it's got Florence Henderson, Mrs. Brady,
Yeah.
and Phyllis Diller must make an appearance.
Oh,
But
of course.
Kiss,
I was gonna say, yeah, Phyllis Diller. Because speaking of Mad Monster Party, like
yeah,
has to show up in
she's great.
everything.
She's eternal. She's another one of those Halloween. They bring her out every Halloween
Yeah.
in Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, Kiss does 2 songs. Well, no, 3. They do Beth, which was great. I mean,
Phenomenal.
it's all pre-recorded. It's a sham. Gene is at his worst, jumping around like a madman, not even pretending to play the bass. Ace is looking cool, and so is Peter. But like, I'm trying to remember the songs they do. I just watched it the other night, but man, it's even for me who likes the schmaltz,
Yeah.
it was. I had to fast forward through some parts,
Mhm.
even though I love Paul Lynde.
So Zach,
Happy Halloween.
hit me up with another winner for the wax teeth in the wax pack, and some
Yeah, I
extra.
got to wrap up soon. I want to do one as well too.
Yeah. So hit 2. So first one
So
up.
it looks like
Oh, go ahead.
he puts him on a spinner. Everybody, this is fair. I see what I'm figuring out what he's doing. He's got one of those digital spinners, and I think he's typing everybody's names in.
Okay. No, there's a way he knows. He goes to a website that tells him that everybody who's watching.
I see. Then he said the names are very small, so I think it's a spinner thing.
Yeah, I don't know. He does it. Hopefully he's still watching, I assume. I know this always is like I should have prefaced it before to have it prepped and ready. So, well, why don't you? What are you giving away? Why don't you entice the audience?
I recently found an extra copy of one of my favorite books that I did, Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials, which is a really cool book about extraterrestrials from different media. You got you got a Lovecraft guy in here. You got some
that's the Power Lords.
Yeah, this is the guy that made Ravel's Power Lords, Ursula Le Guin. but it's cool because it's almost like a monster manual,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's no
You could
artistic.
you
You could
could
easily make it into
you
it.
could stat it up. Oh, let's hear it. Give me a stat it up.
Here we go. You could do a look. They got, and this is the best part of it too. They got the whole fold out in
Yeah,
the middle.
that was
This is a
phenomenal.
pretty sought after book when I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
really cool stuff. Larry Niven, just all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
Larry
Isaac
Niven.
Asimov.
Do you know about
Check
Larry
this.
Niven?
Well, I know that he was an author. I don't know if I've read any of his stuff. What's up with him?
He, Niven Rawls' disc in Magic the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gathering.
Oh, that yes, yes, yes. From Magic.
Yeah, it's Larry Niven backwards
I
or
gotcha.
something
And
like that.
yeah, so I'd love to give Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials away.
Yeah, if I don't know, Zach, are you there? You're gonna have to make me do it myself. I don't know how to do it. I feel bad. I always make Zach do it, but he knows what he's doing. And like, why, you know, why ruin perfection if he already knows how to do it?
Absolutely. He's doing his service. So so that's that. I really as we wrap up, I really want to suggest, if you haven't already, WNUF. That's so my if you my even though Horror Hall of Fame is my number one pick just because of the nostalgia of it, for all you people out there that are friends, if you haven't seen WNUF, it's a real cool thing. Oh, cool. Great
Great,
Babe. Great
great
Babe
babe.
is the winner. Matt from Rules is Written. Great show on the Goodman Games Twitch. He
Yeah,
also has the Reaver Express, was an actual play, and he also discusses. He's definitely a friend of the family,
all
part
right,
of the family.
great babe. PM me your info, and I will send you out some wax teeth and some cards and some Neon Lord swag and all that stuff.
And if you could do one more, if we could do one more spin for
Yeah,
Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials.
one more spin for Joey. For
So that's
Joey.
my go out and watch. WNUF. It's fun backwards. The WNUF holiday special. Real
Oh,
fun stuff.
interesting. Yeah, my takeaway to watch. I don't know. Go watch Family Matters. The
Absolutely.
Stevel episodes. I believe there's 4 of them.
I want to see the one with the puppets. I love
That's what.
puppets.
Yeah, they're called the Stevel, like evil Stevel puppets.
Dice Station Zebra.
Dice Station Zebra. You can either give me the information, I'll send it over to Joey, or you can give Joey. I'm sure he won't mind your
Not at
info.
all.
And
Not at all.
we'll get those out to the 3 winners. Thanks for tuning in. I mean, if you
Happy
want,
Halloween, everybody.
yep, happy
Hey,
Halloween.
let's end on a good note too. I
Yeah,
got to tell you, Halloween's back.
I'd say so.
I remember saying, man, Halloween's really dull. This was like mid 2000s, late 2000s, but there's been a slow and steady increase. My whole street is decorated.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's got stuff up.
Yeah.
The stores were overflowing. I mean, Lowe's already, they took everything down, even though it's not even time yet. But like, I think Halloween's back, everybody. I think people realize what we got. I believe there was a dull time. I was getting very sad because I wasn't seeing the spirit. But Halloween spirit's here. You got to keep that torch burning. Even if you just drop a bucket on your doorstep or you just walk around with a mask on that day, keep the spirit of Halloween alive. And if you do, you will stay forever young.
Yeah, I don't know. Great Babe was saying something about yeah, the link to the Discord. Thank you. Uh, whispers. I don't know if I even know what a whisper is on here, so I don't know. It's okay. He's gonna email me. I put my email out there. Yeah. So Halloween, yeah, definitely saw a resurgence. I don't know if it is from Spirit. It's got to be from something, but I think people are just like, because it was gone for a long time. Like
Yeah, there was a lull. There was
it was
a
a lull.
valley. Yep, but
Yeah,
it's back.
it's
It's
back,
really cool to
baby.
experience it as a dad too.
Oh yeah, it's just as fun because you could see that the spark of that like that feeling like through your kids, that weird like like the mystery of Halloween. It's funny, a really fun quick story. So one year
Yeah.
in elementary school, they for some reason like all the local businesses handed us all out like a bag of like free samples and stuff like in school before we went. but one of them was a can of shaving cream. They gave elementary kids cans of shaving cream on Halloween, and then
we
yeah,
Yeah.
chaos
We never
ensued.
did bad stuff. I was never like an eggs guy.
No,
I
no.
was really against that stuff. Like, I don't care if it's square or not, but like I wanted to keep Halloween kind of sacred. And I knew like the kids that egg they were ruining Halloween and making like neighbors not want to, participate. But I was definitely a shaving cream guy. That was as naughty as I got on Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing
So
wrong with that. Yeah, you can just
no,
wash off the
shaving
windows.
cream, yeah, but like never an egg guy, but shaving cream was fun.
Yeah, TP. I mean, I never TP'd anything, but you always would see trees TP'd and houses. So Dice Station Zebra says he's in Canada to pick another winner
Oh,
for the
I don't
poll.
I don't care.
All right, he says send it full send. So let
Yeah, you
Joey
you
know.
won. You won, man. That you spent the time on the show. You deserve a treat.
There
Don't
you
worry
go.
about that.
Yeah, I'm generally
Yep,
like
you're
that
a
too.
friend of ours, man. You're a friend
One
of
of
ours.
us. One
One of
of
us.
us.
We accept you. We
Yeah.
accept you.
So, all right. Well, with that being said, it's a little. It was the Halloween special, Joey. So we went over. We're at 2 hours, not
That's
90
okay.
minutes.
Really enjoyed this.
It
I
still is
love talking about Halloween with my friend, and it's
absolutely,
always good to see you. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate it. We both do. And like we said, happy Halloween. Stay safe. Have fun. Never grow up.
absolutely. With that being said, thank you for checking us out. Have a good night. We'll see you guys next time. Later.
Ciao, paisans.